college. I probably shouldn't brag, but yeah, I got amazed and astonished. The problem is a lot of brains, but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word. I drop knowledge, I'm a diamond in the rough. A shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech, unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage. I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A.L. I probably shouldn't brag, yeah. It's time to compliment. No college, I gotta holler just to be heard. Every word I essentially, they tax us relentlessly. When your doors show around as a suspension, unimpeachable, never gonna stop. So it will be a revolution in this century. Enter me.
He says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not thrown away my shot. I am not thrown away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, how you say? How you saw anarchy? When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my
Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got child knuckleheads and local parentes. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gonna take shit.
We are live, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Need Indeed's 2021 Shoutout. We're very happy to have you all celebrating with us the hard work and resilience of our students and teachers this year. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at our virtual museum and check out the almost 40 classrooms that are presenting all of their work for the year. I think you'll be wowed, so please take a look and be sure to comment on each of them if you can. There are many, so enjoy. And I think that's all I have to say. Oh, and thank you, of course, to everybody who makes our work possible. So amazing staff, to teachers, to students, to our funders, our board, our individual supporters and sponsors. We couldn't do this without you, so we're very grateful. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. We hope that everyone is enjoying viewing our virtual shout out museum. We will go back to that a little bit today. But today we are focusing on and presenting the awards for thoughtful reflection. Reflection is an extremely important part of service learning. Reflection is simply the act of looking back at an experience and making sense of it. And for Need Indeed, the act of looking back might mean writing about a visit they had from a community partner. It might mean thinking about how much they've grown in knowledge over the course of the school year. It can mean a lot of things. For example, one of our winning classes this afternoon chose combating inequity in policing. And they have been thinking about how policing works in our country and how it can be a safer, more inclusive, and more community-minded. One of our teachers writes, the students in our class are continually reflecting. While and during learning of new information, we consider what are our thoughts? What are our feelings? What are our reactions, our questions? We write or share verbal reflections after each session of learning about our topic, after each guest speaker, and much of our project will be about reflection, as each student will write a piece about why they believe fairness is important to publish on our website. That was another class that's being honored this afternoon. So this afternoon's award winners are those where reflection is an important part of the process. So without further ado, here is another one of our wonderful community partners. He is Inspector Verdell Johnson, Commanding Officer in the Training and Education Services Division of the Philadelphia Police Department, to introduce the awards.
And I want to congratulate all the Need Indeed award winners who are being recognized today. I've been working with Need and Deed for the past 4 or 5 years, helping the kids understand more about police and community relations, helping them understand the racial disparities that happen in African-American communities in regards to law enforcement. And it's been a pleasure to be active with the kids in the community in this type of way. I want to say the Thoughtful Reflection Award is given in recognition of classes in which thoughtful reflection is an ongoing and essential element. Through structured activities conducted before, during, and after project activities, students conducted hands-on experience with learning outcomes and use their reflections to continuously improve the project. And the winners are
think about what you're trying to do to me. Hey, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Let's go back, let's go way on the way back when. I didn't even know you, you couldn't have been too much more than 10. I ain't no psychiatrist, I ain't no doctor with degrees, but it don't take too much time to see what you're doing to me. You better think about what you're trying to do to me, yeah. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom, let freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom.
Yay! Are you cheering at home? Hooray! Put some comments in the chat on YouTube. Congratulate all of our classes. Let us know you're out there. I want to shout out all of these wonderful classrooms, teachers, and students one more time. So we have Karen Kelly and her 6th grade students at Julia R. Masterman Laboratory and Demonstration School, Samantha Heron and their project on climate change, Samantha Heron and her 4th grade students at Allen M. Stern School and their project on child abuse, Amelia Laughlin and her 6th through 8th grade students at Amy Northwest School and their project on safety, Donald Malcolm and his 8th grade class at Adby Anderson School and their project on Black Lives Matter, Maria McLaughlin and her 5th grade students at John F. McCluskey School and their project on imagining a world without racism, Jessica Morris and her class and their project on fairness to all beings, and both of the 4th grade classes at Chester Arthur, Miss Silverman's class and Miss Zhou's class and their project on combating inequity in policing. So thank you all, congratulations. Thank you so much. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Julia, do we have some comments in YouTube?
Yes, so let's see. We have, it's not scrolling up for me, so I know I saw a lovely shout out from Dottie Baumgarten at the water department at the top. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. She says, shout out to the students and teachers of Need and Deed. We're so excited to be here with you today from the Philadelphia Water Department educators. Thank you so much, Dottie. Lisa John says, yay, day 3 of Need and Deed 2021 shout out. Jessica Morris says, hi everyone, and then congratulations Zoom 205 scholars. We have several different congratulations. Tyra says, I love our community partners and congratulations. We are all so proud of you. Lisa says, thank you, Inspector Johnson. Alethea says, congratulations to all the award winners. And then there's several other congratulations. So we are all joining together to celebrate our award winners today. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to Pam because we have some special guests joining us today.
It's true. We're so excited that we finally have some students joining us today. I mentioned on Monday that it's been a long time dream of Need and Deed to have a student advisory council so that our staff and board and folks who work behind the scenes of this amazing work could have the direct benefit of students giving us their perspective, their advice, suggestions, their insight. And it's been wonderful to get to know Shama and Michaela, who are two of the inaugural members. And they were able to join us today. And their teacher, Miss Shelley from Masterman, is here as well. So I'm going to start off by asking you, Michaela and Shama, and we can just go in alphabetical order of your first name, if that's okay. Tell us a little bit about what you learned this year in your service learning project and what you would like the rest of the world to know. Michaela. Yeah.
So I learned a lot from various community partners and lessons, but the ways to help stood out to me, like painting rooftops lighter colors and using asphalt alternative to fight the heat island effect, and using grain barrels and composting. And something I want the world to know about the project and about Need Indeed is that we created a real website that can be put on the internet that we can use to advocate for climate change, inform people about climate change, and show people ways to help fight climate change. And about Need Indeed, that it's like something active. It's not just learning about it, it's actually doing something about it.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think that is one of the things that I was struck with in looking at your project too, is how practical the advice and suggestions are, and how that has this effect of helping more and more people learn even small things they can do that can make a difference. How about you, Shama? What did you learn and what do you want the world to know about your project or Need Indeed?
We learned a lot about climate change, and from our community partners, they didn't want to sugarcoat the situation and the social issue, which I really like about it. So, and the way that they gave us information and so many ways that we can help climate change, so many ways that we can diminish it. It's really good.
Yeah,
and what I want the world to know is that Need Indeed is an exhilarating way to bond with your peers, and it gives all the students a feeling of belonging in their community, and that they can make a change no matter what their age, and that their voice can be expressed in many ways, and that they are important.
Wow, thank you so much, Shama. That was beautifully said, and something that we're going to be able to remember and I think help spread the word for other teachers to help other students do this work in the future. And thank you so much. That was wonderful. So how about just a little insight on what it was like to be a student in Philadelphia this year, where you were mostly remote, maybe a little bit hybrid for these last few weeks. Were there benefits, challenges? Do you want to say a little bit about that? Michaela.
Sure. So this year was fun and interesting, but it was also challenging because we were virtual, which made it harder to do a lot of things, both Need Indeed and school related, like posters, Pie Day, where we actually would have eaten pie at school, or service projects for Need Indeed. So yeah, and it was just challenging. It was different, but it was also fun in a lot of ways, also because you got to eat in class.
You could eat in class. How about you, Shama? What are some of your memories from this year as a student?
I'm going to start with the bad. So the learning environment isn't so good with virtual learning because of internet issues, and sometimes you can't hear the teacher well. But in class, you can absorb the information the teacher is saying well better. And what's good about it is that our sleep schedule is changed, and we can sleep late and wake up late, and we can eat during class and hang out with our pets during class.
Yes, we have appreciated meeting Fluffkins, your guinea pig, at some of our meetings. So we're grateful for that opportunity, and figure out ways to introduce pets into the learning environment in the future. So thank you both for sharing and for all of your insight. And I know that probably goes a long way in helping folks out there that haven't had students or been students to understand what this year has been like. So Miss Shelley, tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a teacher and what you want folks to know about specifically being a Need Indeed teacher this year.
Hello, everyone. So this was my first year. Not really the best year to be a rookie with Need Indeed. Just learning the technology that we needed to teach virtually was a challenge. And then to add another, I say, activity on my plate wasn't the easiest to overcome. But everyone was so supportive in the Need Indeed program. Tyra and Kyra answered all of my questions, and they were really great about setting us up with some awesome community partners and just, being my cheerleader in the background saying, you can do this and it'll be fine. And, the students will help you along the way. And having Shama and Michaela being the ambassadors for the class, they kind of helped me because students, I think, are so much more technologically aware, and they have all of these awesome ideas, and they were really great in supporting me as well. So those were just some of the challenges, but having all the support, I think, was a really great way to get me through my rookie year.
That's great. Now, to be fair, you're not a rookie teacher, but this was your first year of
Well, don't make my appearance fool you. I've been teaching for 28 years, but this is my first year with Need Indeed.
Right. So this was your first year of integrating this kind of learning, and we congratulate you for doing such an amazing job. I know that we're going to take a few minutes to look at the slides that you submitted to the museum. And when we do that, if you can talk a little bit about how you used reflection, which was the award that you and your class won today, and congratulations on that. But it is such a key part of this kind of work to integrate what the students are thinking about and learning as they go into the lessons. And I know that that can be a challenge for some teachers, and you did it so beautifully, even remotely. So I'm going to let Kyra take it and share the screen and show us those slides.
Yeah, so anyone go ahead and walk us through any of these, any of the insights that you all decided were really important to put on your slides to share with everyone.
Sure, I can get us started, and maybe Michaela and Shama can add on. So when we decided on climate change, we were all over the board. We had a multitude of ideas, and we started by just collecting those ideas on a Jamboard in what we called a KWHL chart. So what did we already know about climate change? And then we decided, okay, maybe it's not so much climate change, it's the climate crisis. So we started to narrow things down little by little. So the students already knew a lot about the negative effects of climate change and the climate crisis. So we really started to dig in deep with some Newsela articles. We did some research on the internet, and then we collected how we could learn more. And through the community partnerships, we really learned a lot. So we had Russell Zebro come in from Clean Air. We had the water department come in twice, and we had a Skype with a scientist, Dakota Holmes, come in and teach us all about oceanography. So the kids were like, wow, there are so many negative effects of climate change. Like, how do we narrow this down? So we continued on our journey just by, adding to the Jamboard that you just showed. And the students said, okay, well, let's think about why we care. So we're Philadelphia students, and in Philadelphia, we have unique crises that relate to us as city students and urban students. So they decided to just, maybe narrow it down to Philadelphia climate crisis. So they read some articles from Philadelphia Magazine, and then they collected ideas on what they've learned and then what they could do. So if you go to the next frame, I believe. These are just some things they decided they wanted to do about it. So they created an Instagram account as well as a TikTok account. The Jamboard obviously was the collection of ideas. And then their website was like their final sort of way to advocate against, using plastics, for example, creating rooftop gardens. I think we would have been a lot more hands-on had we been in the school itself live, but since we were in this virtual environment, it wasn't exactly easy.
It's amazing though, and one of the things that strikes me is how all of these things have they have the power to continue for the students that caught this vision and this passion for making change as sixth graders. Nothing stops them from continuing to advocate for these things and contribute to these online sources. So congratulations, it's really beautiful.
Thank you. And I think that we also, Michaela, correct me if I'm wrong, you met with the Sunrise movement and we're trying to start a chapter at our school.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're beginning to start a hub and there's like a checklist to complete to become an official hub. So we're starting on that and a few people in our class are helping out with that. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Shama, did you want to add anything to any of the learning here? Anything that maybe we missed?
Yeah, so like while we're collaborating as a team, we developed different ideas and we merged them together to form our final idea. And at some point we had some conflicting ideas and thoughts and a little bit of a debate, but eventually we made a compromise that ended that included everyone's ideas. And despite the obstacles we faced, we ensured that we were a cooperative team and we aimed to progress our project, and we discovered new ideas such as how we can solve climate change and what is really the problem that we can do, that we can fix. We also set out to change the perspective of today's youth when it comes to climate change, like for example, making the social media accounts. And we hope that with this project, we can make a slight impact of climate change, at least.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And I'm seeing more comments come in about how inspiring it is to have you as young people sharing your perspective on that. I know for those of us who are formerly young, it's definitely so helpful and inspiring to know that this vision and passion is coming from you. So thank you all so much for sharing. Yeah. And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you all. So tomorrow we will be back right here live on YouTube at 4 o'clock for our last day of the shout out, where we will be handing out the awards for Student Voice. So we hope to see all of you then back here at 4 o'clock. Thank you all so much. Please continue to view the virtual shout out museum. Leave comments for our students. They have worked so hard. Go visit their websites, watch the videos that they've created. The reason that so many of these students were able to do this is because they want to get the word out about these social issues. They care deeply about them. So if there are causes that you can support, if there are things that the students are asking you to do, please consider doing them, because this work really isn't in vain. It really is about making a positive difference in our community. So we appreciate all of you out there. We thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Also, I am pretty sure that our TikTok and Instagram accounts are called Eco Students or some variation of that. So yeah.
Eco Students. Follow along. All right. Thank you, everyone.